Good evening. Tonight we will be interviewing a famous Australian war hero who is no one other than Lawrence Dominic McCarthy. Lawrence Dominic McCarthy was born in August 1892 and raised in York, Western Australia. His parents sadly died when he was at a young age, so he was put into an orphanage. McCarthy finished school at 13 and started working at a farm. He later started working in a sawmill. He enlisted into the army, and after getting rejected a few times, he joined the army. After war, McCarthy was awarded the Victorian Cross Reward, which is the highest award any Australian can possibly receive. He sadly died on the 25th of May, 1975. So McCarthy, I briefly recognised at the start of the episode that you were originally rejected from the army when you first tried. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yes, so basically I worked in a sawmill for a brief amount of time, and then I had an accident and managed to lose 3 of my fingers, as you can see here. Subsequently, when I first tried to join the army, I was ejected for not being fit for war. But later, when I proved I had previously won several gun competitions, I was accepted and enlisted.
So you were enlisted on the 16th of October, 1914 as a private.
Yes, I was then subsequently posted to the 16th Battalion, and we then sailed to Egypt in December to start our training before we went to war.
So obviously you were known to most people as Fats. Can you tell us how you got this nickname?
Yeah, mate. I quickly earned the nickname Fats because of my rather large build. But having a large build didn't stop me from doing anything. I was still able to be one of the best and fittest men on my battalion.
When you and your battalion first landed in Gallipoli, do you remember the date?
Yes, it was on the 26th of April, 1915, and was on the second day of the campaign against the Turkish.
I also hear that you stayed in the peninsula till September.
Yes, by that stage I had been promoted to sergeant, but I had to leave because I fell very, very sick, so sick that I could barely fight. Soon after I returned to duty in November, I was among the last to leave Gallipoli on the 20th of December in my campaign.
So, when you were appointed Company Sergeant Major, what did you do the following month?
I was appointed Company Sergeant Major in March 1917, and the following month I was commissioned as a second lieutenant because of my advanced combat skills and my knowledge for warfare.
I also mentioned to the viewers at the start of the episode how you received the Victorian Cross. Now, can you tell us how you received this award?
Oh yes, so on August 1918 I performed what was later described in the official history as being the most effective piece of individual fighting in the history of the AIF. We were near Madame Hill, east of the Vermetville, France, well posted on the German machine guns, heavily opposed the battle. I, realising the situation, dashed across the open ground with 2 men to the nearest post. Having outdistanced my companions, we put one of the machine guns out of action, then continued fighting our way down the trench. Later having been joined by one of my men, together we bombed our way along the trench until contact was established with an adjoining unit. During this action, I had killed 22 of the enemy, taken 50 prisoners, and captured 3 machine guns and 460 meters of the German front. The Germans then surrendered, and even they were so impressed, heaps of them came up and patted me on the back for my amazing feat of bravery.
Wow, that's quite a remarkable feat of bravery, McCarthy. Now, what did you do after war?
I married my wife Florence Norville in January in London. I then returned to Australia in 1919
moving to Western Australia for a few years, then moving to Victoria for 6 years. I then started working at Sunshine Harvester Works as a commercial traveller and remained with them until 1934, when the company was forced to lay off staff in the Great Depression. I subsequently found new work the following year with the Trustees Executors and Agency Co. in Melbourne. I then worked for the company until I retired in 1969. Did you have any flashbacks or night terrors or anything like that after you came back from war, like most soldiers do? I, like many men who fought for this country, experienced post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD. The symptoms that I experienced from this included stress, anxiety, insomnia, night terrors, and a lot more horrible things. And tell me, did you and your wife have kids? Yes, we had one son called Lawrence. But he sadly died fighting against the Japanese in 1945, on the 20th of May. That's all we have for today, folks. I'd like to thank Dominic for coming in and joining us today. Thank you. And for doing all the amazing things he did for our country. Tune in next week as we're interviewing Lance Corporal Albert Jacker, who is another amazing Australian war hero, just like Dominic.